If you've tried therapy, mindset work, meditation, but you still feel anxious, I need you to listen to this. It's not just in your head. There's a reason why your anxiety won't go away, and it has nothing to do with willpower, motivation, or positive thinking. I'm going to share the missing piece, what no one tells you about why anxiety feels permanent, and how you can actually start to fix it. I remember when I was at my worst, every day I felt constantly panicked. My heart was racing for no reason. I was constantly overthinking, even when there were no threats around me. I told myself, maybe I just need to be more positive. Maybe I need to push harder, be more productive, meditate more, journal more. But nothing worked. I thought something was wrong with me. Why couldn't I just get over it and feel okay like everyone else? It wasn't until I discovered nervous system regulation that I learned the truth. Anxiety isn't just a mental issue, it's a nervous system issue. And if you don't address it from the body first, your mind will keep running in circles. Here's what's actually happening when your body feels stuck in anxiety. Your body is trapped in survival mode. Your nervous system learned from stress, trauma, or chronic overstimulation that the world isn't safe. Even if you're in a calm environment, your body is still on high alert. Your brain isn't broken, it's protecting you. The fight or flight response is there for a reason, but when it gets stuck, your brain constantly searches for threats, even when there aren't any. This is why mindset alone doesn't work. You can't think your way out of a dysregulated nervous system. Your body still feels unsafe, no matter how many affirmations you tell it. So, what can you do? Instead of fighting your anxiety, you need to work with your nervous system. First, notice your patterns. Do you feel on edge, restless, or hyper aware? Or are you more numb, disconnected, and exhausted? When it's not in a rest and digest state, there's 4 stages that your nervous system can be in: fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. Everyone is most familiar with fight and flight. If you're in fight, you're really aggressive. You want to face it head on, but you're face it in a really aggressive way. If you're in flight, you don't want to face it at all. You're going to avoid it. You're going to run away. Freeze is a bit more interesting because when you're in freeze, you shut down. You shut down, but in a different way. You start thinking to yourself things like, I can't do this. And in freeze, you might literally feel numb. And the 4th state is fawn. This is more, I've heard this used more in relation to other people, like if you're in a toxic relationship or a relationship where there's a power imbalance, then you'll tend to fawn over the other person and people please, because people pleasing is just a way to keep yourself safe. Another thing you can do is start sending safety signals to your nervous system. Instead of forcing yourself to relax, focus on nervous system resets, like vagus nerve activation, which includes humming, cold exposure, and deep exhaling. You can do movement-based release, like TRE, shaking, and stretching to discharge stored stress. Or you can do sensory grounding, cold water, deep pressure, like weighted blankets, or body tapping. Honestly, any of these are great. You can just choose which one works best for you. And the last thing you can do is to understand that rewiring happens over time. Healing isn't instant, but small daily nervous system work will create lasting change and improve your anxiety is to stop putting yourself around toxic people in toxic situations and in toxic environments. Toxic people will put you in survival mode. So if you're constantly around them, if you're constantly in a bad environment, of course you're going to be dysregulated. Of course you're going to be anxious. And your body is going to be telling you that you're unsafe. That's what that anxiety is. It's just your body telling you that you don't feel safe. And when you don't listen to it, you're losing a little bit more self-trust every single time. And over time, this can be devastating for your mental and emotional health. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. Your anxiety is not just who you are. It's a sign that your nervous system is overwhelmed and you can rewire it. Drop a comment if you've ever felt like your anxiety was stuck, because I'd love to hear your experience. And I'll be sharing more step-by-step ways to heal your nervous system. So hit subscribe if you're ready to break out of survival mode and finally feel safe in your body again.